Somebody said in the comments, well, I look and see how many bloggers there are, and that tells me there's a bubble. And that is absolutely correct. Yeah, absolutely correct.
Well, we're talking about the virtual bubble that grows on YouTube when people start searching for like 3 or 4 certain cities abroad. It just starts growing and growing and growing like a snowball rolling down a hill.
Hi, we're Frank and Angie of Retire Earlier and Better at Home or Abroad, whichever suits you best. Now, is there a virtual bubble that kind of leads the actual bubble on the ground? That's the question that we're addressing in this video. And we say absolutely, there is definitely a virtual slave master bubble that cracks its whip and gets these bubbles to fall in line, so to speak. What do we mean by that? Well, how does it all begin, right? It could be that you got an email in your email box. That's one way it would begin.
About a country.
About a country. And then you would, go to YouTube and look for videos. And so what happens next? Well, the algorithm. It's all about the virtual internet, Google algorithms of the internet. If it's videos, then it's the YouTube. And what happens is that when lots of people are doing this at the same time, the algorithm picks up on that, and you know, all of a sudden all the same videos start popping up, you know, within the platform. And therefore you notice how when you branch out, if you spend any time on watching videos, you branch out and you watch a video totally unrelated, you watch a couple of videos, and then the next day there's a suggestion of that, you know, from that channel again, you know, or similar videos. So that's what we're talking about. When this happens in large numbers, like from a mass, like a mass marketing situation where millions of people got an email and then they start searching, and then all of this algorithms information pops up for people, and it just reinforces itself. And that's actually the beginning of it. Because pre-internet, you know, I mean, like pre-internet, I subscribed to Island Properties Report back in the 80s, right? And it was bought out by a RAM magazine, RAM, Retire Abroad Media and Magazines. It was bought out. I don't know, I doubt there was anybody, I mean, even if there was anybody in my town, somebody else that was reading Island Properties Report, I never knew it. I never heard from them, ran into them, and had no way of doing so. But today everything is so different because we can just sit at home and connect with everyone that's watching the same videos, reading the same comments, getting on the same Facebook groups, asking the same questions, and doing everything together. And the virtual algorithm, the internet algorithm, regardless of platform, loves that. You know, it sees the volume and feeds the volume. It feeds it, and it feeds on itself, and it grows. And so yeah, it's the dawn of a new age. The RAMs are now becoming even less of a force, but less so because you've got all their following groups of vloggers and bloggers that go to the same areas and in their own way also drive traffic through the algorithm, where before it was all about the Rams, and now it's still about the Rams, but now you've got, and that's one thing that you can look at and see. Somebody said in the comments, well, I look and see how many bloggers there are, and that tells me there's a bubble. And that is absolutely correct. Yeah, absolutely correct. You know, and so it was Portugal, and you know, and then Panama right now has got a lot of high traffic vlogging going on right now in Panama. So we'll be talking a little bit more about Panama, because when the algorithm is in full force, it pops up videos in your face and you get ideas. It's like you see that title, that video that just speaks to you, right? And it grabs at you and it speaks to you. And I like to focus on those.
I think that what you're talking about, Frank, also changes the way and where people move to. I think that they wouldn't be moving to some of these countries if it wasn't exploding all over on the internet. If they were just getting something in their snail mail, the old newsletter you used to get,
in the old days, if you got some junk mail, you threw it out. But now it's different. The junk mail, the video suggestion, or the Facebook group post, is entertainment. So we read it for entertainment, we view it for entertainment, and that's how we get influenced. I think I do believe,
there's the word, influence.
I do believe that people do get influenced, and they get influenced by keeping up with the Joneses. It's a kind of keeping up with the Joneses type of influence, in the sense that they're not being pressured or anything. It's just that your neighbor got a brand new car, you know, and then the neighbor on this side, and then the neighbor on that side got a brand new car. Now you're the only guy on the block with an old car, and you feel bad because everybody else has a new car, and you feel bad because everybody's going to Portugal according to this virtual algorithm, you know, when you get on there and all these videos are getting suggested and all these comments and everything. And
you would think everybody's
maybe
going to
we
Portugal.
should do it too, or maybe, or Panama or Mexico or Ecuador or whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. And so absolutely, I think that people are getting influenced in a keeping up with what everyone else is doing sort of a way, and thanks to the algorithm it gets reinforced. So it's like the dog wagging the tail, or the horse pulling the carriage. I mean, the horse is the internet algorithm. It's pulling people virtually first, and that's how these bubbles are created with such you know, velocity. The velocity of the creation of these bubbles is absolutely facilitated by the age that we live in. So the next time you watch videos about a place and you just feel like you're on cloud 9, remember, you're being influenced by the virtual bubble.
Yep.
was there something else?
Well, it's just, no.
All right, well, as usual, if you like the video, you know what to do, and have a nice and wonderful day.